So let's start. My name is Davide Zerbetto. I work for engineering group. I come from Italy. And today I will give you some key points of the Knowage and FIWARE projects, the developments we made in Knowage regarding the FIWARE platform, how we integrate with other components within the FIWARE project. I don't know if you ever heard about FIWARE, maybe some of you. I will give you just some key points of the FIWARE platform. So today, Internet of Things, big data, and cloud are the major technology drivers of a new era of smart solutions. But actually, what makes an application really be smart? If you want your application to be IoT enabled and to be smart, the key point is the application should be context aware. And the meaning of being context aware is provided by this slide. This guy is washing his car while it's raining, and of course it doesn't make much sense. So context matters. The application should be context aware. The application should recognize what's going on in the real world, should retrieve information from several sources, from IoT devices, from other sources also, and the application should react accordingly. So the main component of the FIWARE platform is an application that is able to manage the context information. The context information is the key point. And of course, there are also other components within the FIWARE platform that are able to capture data, to process and analyze data, and at the end, to provide an action into the real world. So today we speak about smart cities scenarios, smart agriculture scenarios, smart industry scenario. And we of course have to retrieve and manage context information at a large scale. Suppose, for example, you have a crop and the humidity of the ground is high. It doesn't make sense to water the crop, of course. So if you water the crop, if the humidity is high, it's like you are washing your car during a rainy day. The other key points in the FIWARE project is the standard API. FIWARE provides a standard open API and a standard data model for assessing context information. And what are the benefits of this approach? Of course, you can build an application and you can use that application in many scenarios. In this example, you have two cities, Porto and Santander. They are modeling the data using the FIWARE approach. They are providing a FIWARE endpoint, and therefore, if you write an application that is exploiting the FIWARE data model and the FIWARE endpoint, you can use this application in all the cities that are using this approach. So, of course, users will enjoy portable solutions. And entrepreneurs also will be able to benefit of the opportunities of a larger market. Okay? Again, does it make sense to provide directions to users for a parking if the parking is full? Of course not. So we should get all the information, process the information, and provide to the user something that is useful. And from the developer point of view, it should be very easy to build this kind of application, exploiting the data model and exploiting the standard API. From the developer point of view, getting the value from a sensor should be as easy as reading an attribute of an entity through a simple HTTP call. And on the other side, if I wanted to change the state to provide an action through an IoT device, I should be able to perform this operation just updating the one attribute of an entity. And as a developer, I should not take care of the final IoT device that I'm connecting to. So the context information should be a layer where I can forget about the lower devices and the lower protocols. FIWARE also enables what now we call the data economy. If you are a data provider, if you are an IoT devices provider, you can also provide your data, you can also provide services on your data, and you can, of course, get money from both the data and both the services. So, this is the major idea of the FIWARE project. The mission is to build an open, sustainable ecosystem around public, royalty-free, and implementation-driven software platform standards that will ease the development of new smart applications in multiple sectors, such as tourism, e-government, e-health, etc. So again, FIWARE provides standard API and also provide an open source reference implementation of those standard API. And again, also data models that will easy the connection and the portability of your solution. So the context information in FIWARE is managed by a component that is the Audion context broker. It is based on the OMA NGSI specification that is a powerful public and royalty-free standard API, and it is quite easy to adopt and to exploit. NGSI supports also geoqueries, and linked data will be supported quite soon. So, how does it work behind the scenes? The NGSI, you can see that the FIWARE context broker is connecting to the IoT devices through the IoT protocols. The most variety of the IoT protocols are supported by the FIWARE context broker, and of course, the connection with one IoT devices is provided by a single IoT agent that is, of course, in charge of getting information from the device and to provide information to the context manager. And your application is forgetting completely about the IoT devices. It is just exploiting the northbound interface. So the application are just retrieving information from the context manager, and they are also providing actions through the context manager. So once the context information is gathered, there are other FIWARE components, our FIWARE enablers that can be used. FIWARE provides solutions for advanced web-based UE, open data publication systems, data and apps visualization tools, complex event processing systems, multimedia processing tools, and big data analysis and storage solutions. All those components are IoT enabled. They are connecting through the context manager. When we speak about open data publication, the reference implementation here is CKAN, and of course, regarding the data visualization, the reference implementation is Knowage. Knowage already was able to query many data sources, such as Hadoop, Cloudera, Spark, MongoDB, etc. Within the FIWARE project, we also integrated the CKAN Open Data Portal. As you can see, CKAN datasets are being displayed, such as all the other datasets that are available within the Knowage platform. So you can have enterprise dataset, my own datasets and also the list of available CKAN datasets. Moreover, I can connect through one CKAN instance or also more than one CKAN instances. Of course, this is useful, of course, in order to provide traditional reporting, standard analysis, but also those are datasets that can be exploited by final users with ad hoc reporting tools. Regarding the Audion Context Broker, we developed two different scenarios. The first scenario is using Knowage as context data consumer. It means that Knowage is able to retrieve values and to update the view to the user accordingly. So this is a sort of real-time analysis. But of course, you can also have a traditional approach where you store the data provided to the Audion Context Broker into a database, SQL database, NoSQL database, it doesn't matter. And then you can also perform historical analysis on top of that database with Knowage. The other scenarios instead is using Knowage as context data producer. So I don't know if you have heard about KPI in SpagoBI and then in Knowage. The idea is using Knowage, you can define complex key performance indicator. Those key performance indicators are combining information that is coming from different sources, such as, I don't know, NoSQL database, REST API, whatever. And this data is combined to retrieve a KPI, and we use a mechanism in order to schedule the execution of this KPI, and we are able to send to the context broker alarms. So if there is any other component that is listening for notifications about those KPIs, they will be notified automatically through the Audion Context Broker. Thanks for your attention. If you have any question.